Well, so this is my second thought seed that I'm trying to explore in front of a camera so that I can develop my speaking skills. Episode 2. I honestly have no idea yet what I should talk about. I've been doing not so much today. And I've only realized that after I finished eating. So I go to a school, for example, that I don't really want to go to. And it takes up a lot of time for me. So I do the courses, I follow the colleges, I listen to the professors, I do the exercises. But it doesn't leave that much time open for me as an individual, especially when I procrastinate on the time. Because when I just arrived home from the train, I, instead of working on the things that I set out to do, or not necessarily set out to do, I didn't make a plan, but work on the goals that I set for myself in a shorter time span, then I'm just in the scenario where I'm in right now. I've only 3 quarters before I head to bed. This is a problem. One of the ways that I'm planning to deal with this is setting up a plan. And a plan, instead of setting weekly goals, I will set hourly goals as well. So, for example, when I come home, only eat without social media, only eat so much. Maybe instead of eating one big meal in the day, span it out a bit so that I eat 3 times a day. The goals that I'm talking about that I'm not able to work on. Well, the first one that comes to mind is the social stuff that we talked about yesterday. I didn't really go that deeply in the plan. I mostly just explored it. So what I've concluded back then was that I was going to work daily on the goal itself and try to, by the end of the week on Sunday, be skilled enough to approach a girl and just compliment her. And the way that I was planning to do that and to achieve that was by going on calls every day and finding out a step so that I can get closer to that objective. Of course, I'm still going to do it today, but as I'm saying, I don't have time to do other things. For example, I'm reading on philosophy as well. I had a pretty important thing or message that I had to share with, well, not to the camera, but privately. Another one, I know the other ones. So it's reading philosophy. It's also improving my social media skills, my speaking skills. I'm doing that right now. And maybe looking into soldier training, which is just 5 days. I'm not planning to become a soldier yet, as I'm in college right now. And definitely making money as well, like starting up a business. But I think the older skills fit perfectly with that idea. Yeah, I've noticed that I was mostly trying to explain it right now instead of exploring the topic that I was, instead of exploring the problem that I had before me, which was how do I Well, essentially the problem or the solution, whatever you want to call it, is answering the question, how should I be more efficient with my day? And so, like, obviously I'm going to make the hourly thing. Right now I have to plan it. So the one thing that I can't really negotiate or set apart is the school colleges, because the teacher is only going to give it once and I have no control over when it's going to happen. But that is definitely one thing, which is also why it seems to me that that is the main objective, which isn't the case. It shouldn't be the main objective of my school. It should be elevating me instead of trying to make me into a puppet. What works right now currently is that I wake up at 5 a.m. and before I head to school I go to the gym, and I've been managing to make progress and maintain that habit. Right now I'm on a winter pilk as well, so I'm definitely making progress in that area. Now when it comes to eating, because that seems to be one of the main distractions, but I'll also explore why or how I can do things in the school and which lessons I should go to. I'm not planning to go to each one individually. For example, if this course called professional competences or philosophy, and well, for philosophy I already know most of the stuff and it goes really slowly into every topic. And for professional competences, it's just reading of the PowerPoint. I can do that myself. I can read. I can read. I think. So, well, it's already two scrapped off the list. So I have the whole Friday for me to myself. Well, every other week I have the Friday to myself, so I can use it to propel myself and work on the social skills and the other academy. Well, my to do is like this. I need to create a plan for each goal individually. So for the gym, I need to explore what I really want to get out of it and how I will track it. Because right now I'm just lifting weights, trying to lift heavier weights all the time. But that's not my goal. My goal is getting a nice physique. Oh, you can't see. Getting a nice physique. The second one is getting calisthenics abilities. The third one is fighting. So MMA. Now, when it comes to school, I need to strategize, strategize to not go to every lesson out there and sometimes just work by myself on certain things, and also find a way to be productive during the colleges, because I have a hard time listening to them when I'm not reading, or well, because I have a hard time not falling asleep when I'm not thinking about it. And I can only think when I write. That is one of the reasons that I'm doing this, by the way. Then you have the social stuff about approaching the girls, which is I'm it's more doing than strategizing, honestly. So I'll set apart like half an hour for the actual approaching and 10 minutes for this, and then another 10 for training my accent itself, because right now I'm constantly mumbling over my words and I can tell that I'm not as efficient and fluent when it comes to speaking as I can be. And what I mean by that is that when I'm just saying sentences as I'm doing now, I can tell that I'm making micro mistakes in my pronunciation. It tends to throw me off because I try to actively adjust them. Well, not actively, I'm automatically drawn to fixing it, which is bothersome in when you're trying to think. About reading the book, I will try to do that at school. And about the soldier training and the message that I need to do, I just need to find some free time and go all in on that.